Yay! Thank you very much for joining today. My
Hello.
name is Betty Dominguez. I am a certified facilitator for Access Consciousness. I have two specialties. One of them is 3-day body class, and the other one is talk to the entities. And I love both of them very, very much because these two specialties um, help me to open my receiving in a way that I never imagined possible, really. So thank you very much for joining us. With me is Juicy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Betty. Thank you so much for creating this space. My name is Yusalet, but I go by UC or Yus. I'm originally from Mexico and I live now in Canada. And I'm super happy to host Betty in June with some exciting classes about bodies and maybe some about entities. We're still finalizing that. So yeah, so I'm very happy to be here and be with you talking about the five elements of intimacy.
Yeah, with your body, right?
Good body.
I mean, we have in foundation this topic that it's 5 elements of intimacy in general with everything, mostly in relationships. And what would it be like to have these 5 elements of intimacy with your body? And I'm going to tell you all of them. We're going to work like it's going to be 4 Zooms. So we can talk about one element each time and maybe two in one of the Zooms. So the first one is honor. Honor your body. How many people in the planet do you know that really honor their body? Honor is respect your body. Treat it with respect, you know. And most people in the planet will learn. I did that, of course, because that's what I learned while I was growing up. What I see around me was people abusing their bodies, judging their bodies, being nasty with their bodies, really. Sometimes I even saw ladies just looking at their bodies and saying, I want to cut this part of my body, like I don't really like it. And I was like, I mean, not in that moment, but now that I remember that, it's like, oh my God, if someone would say that to me, that would be scary. So, how many abuse, how many judgments, how many oh, intense point of views have we sent to our bodies every time we see our bodies? And all of that, all the bases and structures creating that, will you please destroy and uncreate them all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 100 first voice, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. So you
Can,
see
can I
what,
ask a question?
yeah, yes,
Just
please.
quickly, like it just coming to mind. So I don't know if everybody here is familiar with Access, but maybe just talking a little bit. I've even myself, I never so separate from my body. So you know how Access
Mhm.
talks about we are an infinite being with a body.
Yeah.
But can you talk a little bit more about that? How we sometimes just don't realize or like we just don't include our body in the decisions, like maybe just even before going deeper into the honor part?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm running to the to the topic. Yeah, that's a great conscience uh, because before access, I also didn't see myself separate from my body. You know, I was just like, okay, this is my body, this is me. So that's what I learned. And I think that's what most people learn in their lives, that they are their body and they have to do like everything in a way that their body has like to obey them. And honestly, that's been that has been at least for me a very bad idea because I used to order my body. I used to judge my body. I used to make my body did things that my body really hated. Like, for example, high heels. My body doesn't really like high heels. Now, if I'm going to buy shoes, I'm going to buy shoes with very short high heels. So and they have to be comfortable for me, you know, because that way my body will really enjoy having that. How many times we do that to our bodies? Like we give our bodies food that they don't really like. I mean, I'm in a diet, so I have to eat leche, you know? And sometimes your body is like, I don't want leche, please don't give me that. And that's abusive. So when I started doing Access, the first class that I took in Access was a class of one body process. I don't remember the name of the body process, but that body process changed a lot for me in many ways. And the first thing that I learned there is that I was not my body, that I am not my body. I am an infinite being and I have a body. And this infinite being, that of course doesn't has any limit, is traveling from life to life every time. And it comes to this body. And this body is my ally in this lifetime. So I create the infinite being and the body creates together, you know. The thing is that the infinite being has all the information from all the lifetimes that you have had. And all that information, all that memories are in this body, you know. So that's very interesting because when we start doing Access, maybe if you learn that you are your body and you have to tell your body what to do and force your body to do or take or eat things that it doesn't like, it will not work. I mean, not with the Access tools, right, Juicy?
Totally. And I really love, and one of our Zooms back in April, when you're
Mhm.
talking about the experience you had, once you start getting that connection with your body, how you get more aware, or more, it's more ease the way that your body starts speaking. So I remember your story when you're saying that you're ordering one water of a certain flavor, and suddenly out of your mouth, like I think it was a mango water you wanted, you thought you wanted, and then suddenly you ordered hibiscus water. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I did not want that, but it's more like your body really responding more. And
Yeah.
because you are opening that communication, you're being more in communion, we can say. So this is really lovely. Like the more you are opening to really connect with your body, how these start getting easier and easier.
Yeah, it's like a muscle. You know, you practice that muscle. It's a new muscle. You're going to run a marathon. You don't just wake up and say, okay, I'm going to run a marathon, and you go out and run. No, you have to practice. You have to get into it. You have to build the muscle to run a marathon. So
And
the body
yes.
communicates all the time. It communicates through sensations, through desires, through preferences. And the thing is, we sometimes doesn't listen to it.
Yes, I am still, I think I'm so grateful. I'm getting more and more tools, but I know that it's it's so easy not to listen if you don't want, but when you're really opening to have that, it just creates a lot in your, like, it really things can be easier for you. I wonder if, Betty, you can talk more about, like, for the people that are here and they don't know how to start, like how would you want, and I know we're talking about honor, which is one of the elements of
Mhm.
intimacy. So how can one start, like, what does it mean, like honoring our body, and how for all of those that we don't know how to start doing it, where can we start?
Okay. Let's say, hmm, for example, you are working in your computer. And I'm going to put like really simple examples of your daily life. So it will be easier. Okay. So let's say you're working and then you start like feeling thirsty. but you are working and you are all in, you are all caught up in the work, and you keep feeling thirsty, but you doesn't do anything. You're forcing your body to keep working instead of listening to your body. Just go take some water and then come back. Because sometimes we think that if we do that, we're gonna lose everything, it's gonna be a waste of time and whatever. And the thing is that when your body is telling you something, the body doesn't has any points of view. The body just says, water, please, that's it. No? And if you give your body water, then you will be more comfortable working. I mean, it's very simple, and we do that all the time. You want to go pee and you don't do that because
Yeah,
you're doing something else.
totally. I'm guilty. Guilty.
Guilty of church.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. No, this is so true. And I wonder if for you, like how, so once you start like
Mhm,
really being aware to those like signs that our body sends us, then
mhm.
we should be able to get more in contact like that. That connection with the body will increase. Is that?
Yes, exactly. That's what I was telling about the building the muscle. It's
Yeah.
like when you would like to start learning a new language. I mean, you don't just start talking. You have to practice. And that's one of the things. I mean, the main thing for me when I started doing Access was to acknowledge that one thing is my body and the other thing is my infinite being. So I'm not the same. And even though we are connected, my body allows me to enjoy everything in this reality. The clothes, the food, the smells, many things of this reality. I can enjoy them because of my body. So my body is a great partner. What does my body require? Sometimes you say, you know what, I have to lose weight. So I have to do a diet. And that's a conclusion. You're not asking your body anything. You're just saying, imagine if someone tells you, you see, you know what? From now on, you're just going to eat this. And I don't care. You have
Mhm.
this in your menu and you cannot choose anything else. What would it be like for you?
So this is so interesting that you bring it. So the way, and please correct me if it's not the way, but basically we as an infinite being, we're the ones that have those point of views that we're getting from everywhere. But then we want to impose those in our bodies that the poor body is just there to be partner with us. So whatever we're imposing to the, he will do, but it's not fair neither because he's the one enjoying this reality. So he's the
Mhm.
one that he can really guide us through it. And us with our points of views, we're just not like we're not really letting that partnership go smooth or easy. Is that?
Yeah, yeah, basically that's it, like our bodies, I mean, maybe it might sound, how can I say it, like not very kind to say this, but for me, my body is like a dog. My body is willing always to do what I want to do. It's always happy, it's always trying to do what I would love to do, even if I am maybe angry, even if I am confused or whatever. If I say, let's go there, my body will go there. That's how it works. And the thing is that we control our bodies. We don't allow our bodies just to be, to talk in the way that bodies talk. Have you ever, for example, be in a place and someone, maybe you're sad that day and someone comes and gives you this amazing hug and it just restart everything in you,
Yeah.
that's a body language. That's that body having the ability, the capacity to give that energy to another body. So bodies are talking all the time. The thing is that we do not have like the education to acknowledge all that things, you know?
Wow, that's
Mhm.
beautiful. This is so beautiful. And like talking also a little bit on the access body processes, would you describe a little bit more how that can help the body? Like you earlier was saying how our bodies have basically are capable of holding all of this information, not of this life only, but
Mhm.
all of the lives before.
Mhm. Mhm.
So how, like how I know a little bit of how the access body processes will help, but would you like to tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. The body processes are energies that are a natural part of our bodies. The thing is that the way we live now, our bodies is like they hold that energy, it's like they're asleep and they don't work anymore, because, for example, if you have a headache, you go and take a pill, but you don't let your body do its job. It is just like, okay, I take the pill, the headache is off, and I can go on. But your body is trying to tell you something, you know? So when we do that, we just switch off that energies. And the body processes are that energies that when you learn how to activate these energies in the body of another person or animal, or if in your own body, you just make your body remember that energy. And when the body activates that energy, what happens is the body remember how to heal itself, how to do a job, how to do what the bodies are supposed to do, and we don't let them do.
I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. What you're saying is so, and very connected to what Access Consciousness tool, which is one of them, is like really being
Mhm.
aware, like we might have a headache and might not be even now. It's like, who does this belong to? So like really
Exactly.
taking the time to connect with what is
Mhm.
happening. And now what many of us do, like just take a pill, like just numb it, and then it'll just turn it.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the way we have been living like forever, because they teach us how to separate the infinite being from the body. That's a way to separate it, to numb it, to say, okay, don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah. Wow.
So how do you communicate with your body if you are separating from your body? Because that's what you learned your whole life.
So, and so by having this one element of intimacy, which is generally for many things, but in this case for our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
honoring our body, like how, so it will be really being there for like really being present, aware, trying to listen the little subtle things, like you say, are you thirsty? Just go and have a glass of water. Really, I guess the no judgment part, like if it's something that you are feeling, because many times I guess a lot of the desires of our body, we shut them down because of that judgment. So, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like we're making us wrong, for example, like with food, right? Like, oh, I cannot eat that because I don't know, I'm in a diet, or I need to lose weight, or I need to gain weight, or whatever the reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is that what it means not honoring our bodies? Like, is that,
It's
yeah.
part of it, of course, because we are not respecting our bodies. We are not really listening to our bodies. We are abusing our bodies in
Mhm.
so many ways. So that's not honoring our bodies. That's exactly the opposite. Yes, Anna, do you have a
Anna,
question?
Yes, I have three questions. Is that okay?
Yeah,
yes,
go
please.
ahead, please.
Okay. All right. I I was wondering, how does this apply to people who are holding trauma in their bodies?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that clients who, or people who um, have been raped, for example, will
Yeah.
put on a lot of weight to look more intimidating and less attractive to
Mm-hmm.
avoid another rape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that's one question you can answer, and then I can jump into the other two.
Yeah. So that is the information that that body has,
Mm-hmm.
like abuse information, not very kind information.
Mm-hmm.
And when a person with that information or a body with that information comes to you and asks you for a session, maybe it's bars, maybe it's a body process. Sometimes persons that had been abused, you try to touch the body and the body won't let you touch it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it pushes you. It's like, no, don't touch me, because that's the information that body has. The thing is that with the body processes, these energies of the body processes are so kind, are so potent,
Mm-hmm.
and they melt all these abusive energies, all these energies that are not really nurturing the body. So when you start doing a body process, I mean, of course, you should touch the body, but sometimes if the body doesn't let you touch, then you just go like this, and the body process will do its work. And it will start melting all that thing that the body was experimenting for so many time.
Mm-hmm.
And all this information might not also always be only from this time, from this lifetime. It might be from many lifetimes. So for many persons, when they get to a session and they have been experiencing lifetimes of abuse,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the first time that they can connect with a new energy, a kind energy, something that they didn't know that even existed in this lifetime. So it might start melting and melting each time. And also, it's like showing them, the body and the person, that there are new possibilities for it.
I wanted to add something to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also I introduced myself halfway because I didn't say I'm also an access bar practitioner and facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing it came to mind right now as we're speaking about that is when you are with a client, in my experience, and I think it's like how if you're following the energy of what that body needs, like sometimes I remember so much I was going to run bars on this girl, and by following, like I remember her bars not really activating. I started asking questions, and then
Mm-hmm.
instead of that, the body was asking for the body process instead, and it was so magical because when you're really connecting to the, like you're really being in allowance, um, you can really listen what the body needs at the time. And at that specific session, I remember that we went through with the body process, and then after I went to bars and everything was flowing, but it was like I was being permission. It was the first time that for me, was obvious to really follow the energy in a session with what the body wanted, and it was so beautiful. So when they're in these bodies that are like experiencing a lot of trauma, yeah, I see how really, really being in allowance and really asking the body what it requires to start really opening and like letting go of that, of this information that is no longer serving the body.
Because you stop controlling, you know.
Yes.
Bodies almost always in this reality are used to control because we control our bodies, or that's what we learn, no? So when we stop controlling and we start listening, we create ease and joy and magic with bodies
Yeah.
beyond words, really. Mhm.
And I know you have another question, and I don't know if your question was answered, but please let us know.
Yes. Um, Sorry, I was eating pizza and it looks like there's
Oh,
no.
delicious.
It's a good pizza, guys. It's just
Don't
anyways.
worry.
Um, I was wondering, you kind of mentioned it a little bit. I have noticed, I mean, I experienced it myself, but I noticed what you were mentioning that in this incarnation, we can have pains from past incarnations and trauma from past incarnations. Because I
Mhm,
remember I was very afraid of certain thing, and then under hypnosis, I was able to release it just
mhm.
by remembering how did I die in that life, and that why is that causing me a fear in this one. So how
Yep.
does access works with that?
It's amazing with the body processes because when you put the hands in a body and you
Mm-hmm.
activate, there are like 73 different body processes, energies. So when
Mm-hmm.
you activate, let's say you have a person in session, then you are in allowance, lower your barriers as the body, start listening what the body requires. And the body tells you, I want this one, this energy. So you activate that body processes. And when you activate that body process, what starts to happen is that that body will liberate from all the lifetimes what it
Ah,
requires in that moment. And the amazing thing is that you are doing the body process and you are also get, getting free, your body is getting free all of that too.
mm-hmm.
Not only the person, but
Mm-hmm.
from all the lifetimes that we have had, you know?
Awesome.
Mhm.
And then last question.
Yeah.
I'm hitting perimenopause, so then I have extra weight from that programming in this society. But then
Uh-huh.
it's also young women who give birth and then they cannot lose the weight from, childbirth and all that stuff. Um,
Mhm.
so how do you work with those programs of this,
The
incarnation?
reality.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this social thing that is telling you that, yeah, things are gonna start messing up and you won't be able to sleep, or you're gonna lose weight, put on weight, or joints are gonna hurt, and you won't, I mean, all of these list of things. So how do you process that
Yeah.
with your technique?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we have addiction to this reality
Ah,
because that's what, we know we have
yeah, so strong. The programming is so strong.
exactly, we
I'm
have
trying to
lived.
define it. I'm finding it. So
Yeah, we have had so many lifetimes in this reality that it is an addiction. So that's why we have
Mm.
all these amazing tools, like, for example, interesting point of view, or who does this belong to? Interesting point of view, it's amazing when you start doing that. I mean, all the things that they tell you, they are interesting point of views. They tell you, if you have this, you're going to do this.
Mm.
It's like, I mean, I don't have anything against doctors, but they study a lot and they have a lot of information. So if you come with the doctor and you tell, okay, what are your symptoms? This. Okay, this box is for you. You have this sickness or this thing, right? And they give you, you see, how do you say diagnostic or diagnostic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they give you a diagnostic and you are in that box now. So everything that is in that box, you buy it. Like, okay, so if I'm this, I'm going to have that. And
Yes.
the amazing thing with the body that I was telling you before, when you tell something to your body will do that because your body loves you so much. So if you stand in a mirror and you say, oh my God, I'm so fat, your body is like, fat. We need fat. She wants fat. Come on, let's go. More fat.
No.
No? Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, when we have these tools, be present with your body. Start acknowledging when you are not honoring your body. And maybe a way of not honoring your body might be, okay, I have this condition, so I will always cannot do these things, for example, or cannot eat this, You are somehow controlling your body instead of, body, what do you know about this? Do you really cannot do this or eat this? I mean, it's not light for you to do it. And maybe it's not, but we are not buying the conclusions that we cannot do that and give the body that information, because your body will do that for sure.
And this is to point, like, I just want to add that one of the tools that you learn is like actually being in question. And I have taken few advanced classes, but even this is the basic, one of the basic tools that you learn in the bar class, but you even take it all the way to the advanced classes because it's so powerful to really not be in conclusion. So like, for example, I am so fat, or it's so hard to lose weight, or, we're buying this reality like I'm 40, so now I'm gonna start, getting to these symptoms. So we're so in conclusion that we're not allow ourselves to really see other possibilities. So one of the other very powerful tools from Access is the being in question. So every time you're in conclusion, you're just closing all the possibilities for you instead of like, okay, what else is possible here with my body? Like you are unique and you are so beautiful and powerful. So what can we create with this? Or what, maybe, yes, you're having some symptoms. Maybe it's not even yours. Another tool is like, who does this belong to? So really energetically, we are perceiving much more. So like all of these headaches, it might not be really menopause. It might be really that we're perceiving something else. So having those tools, being those tools, really help you to start like being more aware of these like points of view that you're getting in reality and start giving so much to you. Like what I like about Access is the ease that sometimes I don't really need to understand like where does it come from, but really if you are willing and allowing to let go something, works. Like if you're in allowance or really releasing, works. And this is one of the things I really, really love of like the ease of how you can really do a change. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
totally.
I'm working really hard on loving my body, and I'm like, I have heard of how many spirits get attached to their bodies and they don't want to go to the next life. And I'm like, I want to create a balance. But at the moment, I'm working on loving myself when I see myself in the mirror, speaking positively about myself, really being happy and celebrating who I am. But I am consciously thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall in love with this body so much. And I think it's kind of cool when I see some evidence, I don't know if it is true, about how some people reincarnate many lives looking the same, and I'm probably one of those people. I would probably like myself, and I've been working on this thing for a while, but I really like the part of define what society says your body should do or not do. So thank you for the answers. That's all for me.
Thank you for the questions, Anna. And also, you know what? When we want to change our body from a judgment, we are not honoring our body. And just that, just like, oh my God, I'm so fat, I have to lose weight. That's a judgment, and that is not honoring your body. So, a way that I have practiced lately is, okay, body, show me how can we be more light? Ligero, light,
More
right?
like,
And start just asking my body, what do you know about getting lighter and lighter? I mean, not fat and thin, because those are judgments, just light. How would it look like? I don't know. Maybe one day my belly is really fat because I ate something that my body didn't like. And then when I ask about getting lighter, all that goes away. And that's the way my body is lighter. And just start like playing. Just catch us when we are judging, when we are in this space of not honoring our bodies. And start asking. And maybe, the universe, ask the universe, show me what is to honor my body. What is really to honor my body?
I love that question.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to mention about questions for those that are not familiar with Access is that the way that we do questions, but not really to logically or linearly answer, because
Mhm.
that's what all we want to do. Okay, I asked the question and now I have to figure out how I need to do this. But instead, it's opening the question and really let it go. Just really be this like antenna or being open to receive all of those possibilities. And then those subtle ideas start coming to you. Oh, and then another tool that you learn in Access is the light and heavy. So your body can tell you really, oh, this is light for me, this is heavy for me. So it's something that you start by asking questions and feeling the lightness of something or the heaviness of something.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like a little bit, I guess, like you're saying, Betty, is like this muscle, like playing with this and being more, yeah, more
Yeah,
familiar.
willing to function from a different space, right?
Yeah.
A very different space that the one that we have learned. And you were asking before, how do we know about our bodies? Let's do a little exercise.
Okay.
Okay, so close your eyes, be aware of your sweet body, and please touch your body because we sometimes don't even touch our bodies. Touch your body and say hi to your sweet body. Lower all your barriers, expand your energy, and just ask your body, what do you require right now? Just be with that question. Body, what do you require right now? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And please tell me, what does your body require right now?
For me, it came back water. That was very interesting because I was not really paying attention to it, but I haven't drank water. Like I'm drinking now tea.
Uh-huh.
I drink other things, but wow, that was so clear. That's so nice.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, it's water too. Does someone else wants to tell us what your body requires? Maybe if you have any sensations or feelings or something that just comes up for you, you know?
And
Peace. Oh my God, that's amazing. Mhm.
um,
And
yeah.
what does um, what does give you peace with your body? And because sometimes we just, for example, this peace, right? And maybe peace, it's a lot of things or many things for everyone. But maybe for my body, for example, um, every night that I just put my pajamas on, that's so amazing for my body. It's so cozy. And that is a very relaxing space for me. So for me, putting my pajamas is relax.
I think for me it's like I don't know, I guess I was having quite a bit of low iron deficiency, and then I
Okay.
got 3 infusions of iron, and so now I got my energy back. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do everything. So I'm like, I'm doing this class and I'm going to do a coaching, and then I also sign up for dancing, and I'm also going to the gym now more often, and then I want to dance at home more, and then I really have the energy now to increment my business and work. So I'm like, oh, I mean,
Wow.
all of these things, I'm super excited and I'm very productive person, but I can understand why my body's like, hey, lady, take it easy, cut down, sit down. I know you're excited about having all this energy, but please just sip it for a moment.
Let's recharge batteries before we keep going.
So
Yeah.
it's like there's such a thing as having peace from being just having so much fun. I'm having so much fun in everything I'm doing. So it's like, yeah, I need to slow down and have an easy day. So I'm gonna work on it. So thank
That's
you for leading.
amazing. That's
Right?
amazing. And you know what? Maybe that piece that you say, it might just be, just take 5 minutes to drink a tea in the morning and that's it. Not like 1 hour away. It doesn't have to be something difficult. Maybe it's just something ease, joy, and glory, as we say in Access. Mhm. Thank you, Anna.
And I love that. One thing I wanted to say comes to mind is that sometimes we think that this has to be so hard. Like, how am I gonna honor my body? and then at least me, I'm the type of person that sometimes I just like to complicate things, and I think I need to do something, a process, but no, just honoring your body is really, like you say, that piece is really acknowledging that maybe today you want to go bed like at 8, and that would be beautiful acknowledgement and like honoring your body. Just with
Mhm.
that, you will gain so much the next day. And that's the little, like the little pieces that I like, that just, it doesn't have to be hard. Like I think we think that a lot of the things or improving or changing has to be so hard, but sometimes it's just being present, being aware, and just doing that little next choice that you need to do. Like, right, what is available to you to do,
Mhm.
then you start there. And then from there, you're gonna take to something bigger.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everything that doesn't allow that for us, everything we are addicted to drama with our bodies. Will you just try and uncreate it all, please?
Yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, but and Poco, 100 choice voice, poets, creations, spaces, and beyonds. And that's the way we learn to function with bodies, by drama and, everything that we have told about. And when you start honoring your body, I mean, for example, if you always have eggs for breakfast, and maybe your body doesn't even like eggs, it's just that you have been eating that for breakfast for like forever. So just ask your body, do you really like this? Do you really want this today? And maybe one day is yes, and the other one is no, you know,
Yeah.
because bodies change all the time. We do the same exercise every day, and bodies don't really like the same exercise every day. Maybe one day is one thing, and the other day is swimming, and the other day is walking, and the other day is a gym. So, what will it be like just to allow our bodies to show us what really our bodies require with ease, joy, and glory? And everything that doesn't allow that will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes,
Right
please.
and wrong, good and bad, put and poco, 100 choice voice, boys, creation, spaces, and beyonds.
And also, just for those that don't know, this was the clearing statement from Access, and we use it. Again, Betty, I don't know if you wanted to talk a little bit of what the clearing statement is, just briefly,
Yes,
for those
sure.
that they may not
Yeah.
know.
Thank you very much, Juicy, because I'm running and you're giving us a beautiful space of relaxing. Thank you very much.
Mm.
So the clearing statement is like, well, what I said to people in my classes is like, this is the, how do you say, the magic wand that they gave Harry Potter in the movie. This is it. You can change with the access clearing statement everything that you would like to change, really, because it takes the energy that is there for you and it blows up everything. And it's something that doesn't has anything to do with the rational mind. It just goes through the rational mind and dissipate everything.
Yes, thank you. And I think yes, and I love that you don't even have to understand that. It's just you
Mhm.
again, just being in allowance, like, okay, all of this I wanted to destroy and uncreate, and then the chore is pot and pock. So pot and pock all of these, and you may feel light right away. And I love it that also is not this information might just take away things from other lives. Like it's just so powerful. It can be so powerful.
Yeah, and really change things so quick. That's
Yes.
what I love about the access tools, that things change and change and change all the time. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, does anybody has another question?
I don't see anything in the chat, but I wonder if, I don't know, with Valentina, if anyone has any question
Maybe in Spanish? No?
in Spanish. No? Okay. Because
Great.
I know we're almost at time, but I guess let's leave the next element of intimacy for the next
Mhm.
Zoom call, which will be next Thursday at
Yes.
7 for Vancouver and 8 for Mexico City.
Mhm.
And then we could continue to talk more about the next one. Do you want to tell us what it would be next one, or we'll wait?
Oh, we can, of course, we can tell. The first one, so it's honor. The second
Mm-hmm.
one is trust.
Okay,
Trust your body.
perfect.
And if you want to do a homework, I mean, just it is fun for you, ask your body, show me, how can I honor you today? Like, what would you like? Like, what do you require? And I'll give it to you, you know? If your body was a person, if your body was a friend, what would your body tell about you, about the way you treat it, about the way you talk to it?
Mhm. Love it. This
Mhm.
is basically your, like, how the saying is, your partner in crime in this reality. So
Yes,
you want
totally.
to include it, like, what do we want today? What do
Yeah.
you want to put today? Like, what do you want to wear today, buddy? You want
Mhm.
this, and then to start to that will start helping that communication and that connection with little things, and if only if it's fun, like you say, Betty, because all of this
Exactly.
is a choice, of course, and if
Mhm.
it's light for you, then just do it and
Go
have
for
fun.
it and try
Valen-
and yeah, let us
Valentina has a
know next
question. Sorry.
Thursday. Yeah. Sí, Val.
¿Se las hago en inglés o en español?
En inglés.
English, please.
Eh, Liliana is saying that she's been on diet and she asks her body if she wants to eat something and she gives. But Juana Maria says that what's the questions she can do to get
Mhm.
out of this sense of abuse? She feels this in her body like all the time,
She feels what?
like this sense of
Abuse?
abuse. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. Well, I would ask her. Okay, translate. Do you want to translate first? Okay, so I would ask her if that sense of abuse is hers or she's just perceiving abuse from many bodies in the world.
She's not answering, but I don't know. De muchos.
Okay, so everything that is, will you,
Todo lo que. Okay.
okay, everything that is, will you return it to sender and destroy and uncreate all that, please?
And
So it's something, we have something new in Access. I mean, new because Access is changing all the time, but we have these psychic abilities with the world. The psychic abilities with the world is when we perceive the whole world, all the crazy stuff and all the world, absolutely. And we made all that ours. And we make that ours in a way that we really think it's ours and our body think it's ours. And the opposite of that will be psychic abilities with the universe. When you are functioning from psychic abilities with the universe, you are connected to the fountain of creation with everything, with the universe. So all the psychic abilities that you are using to make all that abuse yours, instead of using your psychic abilities with the universe to just let that go of your body. Will you please destroy and uncreate it all?
yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, but and powerful, 100 choice voice, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds.
This is great. This is different. This I haven't heard, but it's different than when we say return what is not mine. So this is a different.
Yeah, it's like, who does this belong to with steroids? It's crazy, crazy, crazy level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
wonder if Valentina has more questions or no?
No?
She's good.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't
So,
have more. Do you want me to ask?
no, if they don't want,
No,
I
okay.
mean, if they don't have more questions,
No,
it's
they
fine.
didn't put anymore.
Okay, great. So thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Yes.
So, and we will see you next Thursday. If you can come with questions, if you have something come up for you with this honoring your body, please let us know. Thank
Yes.
you, Juicy.
Thank you so much to everybody, and we hope to see you next Thursday.
Yay.
See you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.